or wireless. Oh,
Are we good?
we're good. It's on.
Okay.
It's definitely live. You know that we can't hop on without having a brief scare or something go wrong.
Can you see the steam?
It's a little. There's one person on. Let's see who pops on. How we doing, everybody? Can we get a sound check, please? Who's gonna hop on? Mom or Master? All right, we got a few people popping on. Sound is good. Master Spas.
Great.
Mom, Master beat you. All right, everybody. So this is what's going on today. I'm going to swing this around. There's my mom's on now. She's like, ah. Hey, everybody. How we doing? We are going to get started because we're running out of daylight. All right, but I'm going to swing this around. All right. We are back at our very good friend's house, Mike Ambrose. There's Mary, relaxing. It is, oh, you know what? You can actually see the thermometer. Yeah. It is about 31 degrees, if you can see that thermometer. All right, loud and clear, loud and clear. So we're going to hop right on. There we go. We're going to hop right on the questions because out here we're losing daylight rapidly, and in about 30 minutes it's going to be black out here. Okay, pitch black. So you want to start?
Yeah.
You want me to hold this? You want me to hold it, or you want to leave it there?
I think it's fine there. So right.
Well, hang on. So yes. So we got 63 people. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching. Say hello. We want to see all that stuff. Lots of comments, lots of likes, everything. And then we've got actually a bunch of questions. So we wanted to do one outside where, you know, people are always like, can you go outside in them all year? And Mike is a perfect candidate to show. He uses this all year. Right now, water temperature is
96 degrees.
96 degrees.
Yep.
96. Yep. 96 degrees, and it's awesome. And it's 31 degrees out. All right. So we're in Florida waiting for our swim spa. How long if I order in one now? Depends where you are. Let's see. All right. California, Pennsylvania. We have lots of questions. All right, keep them coming.
Cool. Yeah. So we may not be able to answer all of the questions that are coming in right now live because we don't have a lot of time of daylight. But what we're talking about is basically how winter is coming, and for those of us, don't want to lose these.
Did you lose one?
No.
You good?
For those of us who are in cold temperatures for the winter, we want to just talk about how amazing it is to keep your hot tub or swim spa open and to use it all year round, especially in the winter time because it's so awesome. And we are enjoying its winter temperature right now, and we're enjoying the warm water in this swim spa here. So one of the things that we just want to talk about today is we don't really recommend winterizing.
Come closer.
Your swim spa or your hot tub. I'm under the water. It's nice.
Just in case they can't hear.
And Ben, if you want to just quickly talk about why, but one of the reasons is because it's so awesome to use all year round, and Master Spas makes the swim spas so efficient that it really isn't going to cost a lot to keep it running all year round. So use it and on Christmas morning, get in your swim spa at 96 degrees or 99 degrees. It's amazing.
The question, it's like comments. Miro, go swimming. I want to see it, please. That is not happening right now. We have too many questions to do. Although I can tell you, actually, you know what? That brings up the question from yesterday that I answered.
Yep, yeah.
So yesterday we had a question come into Master Spas on Facebook, and she was asking whether or not, you know, what does she have? 93 or 94 degrees was too hot to swim in as it gets colder, and it's not. You just need to be careful, okay? That's what the bulk of the answer was. You know, the official answer for any company is consult your doctor, blah, 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 and they don't, you know, really going to give you an answer. They're going to say don't do it to err on the side of you know, caution. But the reality is that you are going to do it, and it's at 96 degrees.
I can tell you right now, I could swim in here. Absolutely. Maybe not sprint swimming where I'm really getting my heart rate up, but I could, you know, swim a decent pace in here and be totally fine.
And it's 96.
Yeah.
So that is even warmer than she had it. So just be careful. Pay attention to your cheeks when you get out, how you feel. If you're shaky, if you're nauseous, if your cheeks are really flushed and you're really hot, then you need to turn it down a little bit. I do know someone who wears a triathlon wetsuit in theirs and keeps the temperature down. Not a whole lot different between not having the wetsuit and being in warmer water.
Right.
Okay. So you want to start? You want me to start?
You can go.
Okay. So we listed a couple questions on there. There's like 100. There was 125 people
Wow.
on there at one time. We listed some of the questions right on the little blurb that we sent out. And one is why you should not winterize your hot tub swim spa. And we're going to start with that one. All of the problems that people have when they winterize, it's from doing that process. It's leaving, and that goes into a bunch of these questions. They're all in the same vein. If there's any water left in those pipes, it will freeze. Okay, so it's not advisable. And then you also have some strange things happen that at the 6 to 8 year mark, we see premature pump failure when it's winterized every year, and people go to Florida. We're in the Northeast, so the snowbirds head to Florida, and we're here, and then the hot tub swim spot dries out, and the pumps don't last as long. Okay, so it's definitely not the most advisable thing, and that's really the reason why you're sort of asking for trouble if it's not done 1,000% right, and also you're looking at premature wear and tear of your pumps. Okay, so they're hot tubs. I've got some customers where they're just been in service for 18, 20 years, all original equipment, never broke, never went out, and they just kept watering it, use it all the time. Of course, those are your hardcore people. If their hot tub or swim spot broke, they'd buy another one the next day, and have it installed. So that's why we don't recommend doing it. Okay. Some of the other things with that are it's much more efficient than you think. A modern hot tub or swim spa is far more efficient than they were, even 10 years ago. And you still have, this is where your insulation is going to come into play. If you have outer wall insulation only, listen to me, outer wall insulation only on your hot tub or swim spa, if you were told that they're using a reflective material to reflect that heat back inside, why don't we do that on our houses? Because I've done some additions. I've built some stuff and additions and houses, and never once has any contractor ever said, oh yeah, you just put this thin little foil on the outside, it just reflects the heat back in rather than all this, pesky insulation stuff. Okay? You need good insulation. That is true in houses, and it's true in your hot tub or swim spa. Okay?
Yep.
Go ahead. What you got?
Just one of the other things about keeping it open all winter. I don't know about you, but the winter is not my favorite season. And I don't love to be cold, and it does kind of bring about like some winter blues for me, and I just don't love it. And I will say that having a hot tub or we have the swim spa, it's relaxing, it's warm, it just makes me feel comfortable, and it gives me an opportunity to relax in a warm setting. I find that I sleep better when I use the hot tub or the warm water, and it can help get you through the blues of winter, which may not be so, which may even be more blue this year. So if you're stuck at home and you're not loving the cold of the winter, get yourself in your hot tub or your swim spa and enjoy it, and have some fun in there too.
Yep.
So
Bring a beverage of some type, coffee maybe something stronger, and enjoy. All right, you want to start questions?
Sure.
I think we need to launch. We're running out of. If you guys can see, the sun is setting.
And just one of the other things that we talked about in the email was just that in that same note is having a swim spa or a hot tub in your yard really makes it a great place to have your staycation, a safe haven, this time of year, and this winter, especially this year. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to show that view.
Yes, yeah.
This is Mike's view, everybody. But that is the sun going down, so we're going to get on it. Although it is important to note that view is absolutely awesome. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay, is it helpful to put an insulating layer on the water to keep heat in? This is Jackie from Iowa. That is not necessary. The standard covers that come with the swim spa are snow load covers. They are fully insulated. They seal the swim spa. They keep all your heat and moisture in, so you don't need an extra layer. And Jackie also asked, what temperature should I keep the spa at during the winter? Whatever temperature you want. Whatever one you like to be in, and you should leave it at that temperature, because like we said, these are so efficient. They're going to maintain that temperature very efficiently, and you're more likely to use it more often if it's at the temperature that you like to use it. So.
Right on. Right now we're currently at 96, which is awesome and feels great. So the only part of me that's I could stand to get under the water is my hands, but we can't get these wet, so I would have my hands under the water. Okay, maintenance tips during the winter, and does winter weather affect spa installations? I'll nail those two right in one shot. Maintenance tip for the winter. One, for me, change your water out right now. Don't let it get any colder to change the water now, because then you won't really have to deal with it if there's snow on the ground. 2 feet of snow on the ground doesn't make anything easier. Literally nothing except for skiing, and that's not going to help you change your water. So I always change my water out right before the winter when it's still easy, October, November, and then clean your filters inside unless you have a hose. At my house, I have a hose that we keep on, and it actually doesn't freeze, but I just disconnect the hose and drain it out, but the hose bib is still on, so I can do mine outside on a warm day. I'll just wait for the right day to do my filters. Or you can always take them out, bring them in the house, do them in the bathtub. Okay, and then the last little quick one, these are the ones that we put on the email. Does winter weather affect spa installations? Not really. So as long as the ground was prepared beforehand, we can come in and install at any time. In fact, if the ground is really hard, it might even be better.
Yeah.
So if there's no snow but the ground is frozen, piece of cake. All right, just I would recommend having all of your preparation done before the ground freezes. Is always going to be easier. Okay, unless you already had cement there or whatever, we're going into garage, we're going out on an existing patio, you're all set. But the winter doesn't stop us. Okay?
Yeah. This is from Eleanor in Texas. We want to enclose our swim spa and hot tub for all season use. Can you give suggestions or examples of enclosures you've seen? I would honestly recommend going on our social media, Master Spas on Facebook or on Instagram. We have loads of different install pictures on there. Really great resources, and you can see different types of enclosures where people have built rooms around their hot tubs or swim spas, or usually it takes a contractor to kind of hire and help with that. But definitely check out the Facebook or our Instagram page for some suggestions and some pictures.
And you don't need inside swim spas in Texas. You need it here, not there. Okay? All right. Going away, these are all these questions are in the same same spirit. Going away for 3 months, figuring to drain the swim spa and maintain at least 35-degree temperature. Is this the right idea? Is it necessary to get every drop out of the piping? Bill in PA. That is not the right idea. You are asking for a disaster.
How do you maintain at least 35?
I don't know. I'm not sure. So he's talking about draining the swim spa and maintaining 35-degree temperature with what's not drained. You will absolutely end up freezing that. Don't do it.
Those pipes, yeah.
Okay? Don't do it. Leave it on. Turn the temperature down. Have someone come and put a floater in there with chlorine and go for it. It will be no problem. It's not going to cost you nearly what you think it is. So just rock and roll with it. All right? And if you are going to forge ahead with that idea, is it necessary to get every drop out of the piping? Yes. Hard yes. Okay?
And then you have to fill it with antifreeze?
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, think of it like an RV where you would do an antifreeze to protect it. I would go to that level if I was going to do it.
Especially in Pennsylvania.
Right.
I mean, it's going to get cold.
It's going to get cold. So we officially don't recommend doing it. And if you're going to do it, we definitely would advise on the RV type antifreeze. And yes, every drop of water out of there. Okay?
So we were asked to say hi to Veronica Gonzalez. So
hi, Veronica.
Hello, Veronica. And as you can see, we are not freezing, other than maybe our hands, but if they were in the water, they would not be freezing. And it is freezing outside. And even if it were a little bit colder, we would be totally comfortable.
It is colder. It dropped.
Yeah. Oh, it did. Definitely did. So it's below 30 now, and we would definitely be fine if it was colder. We're in the warm water.
It's awesome.
It is totally awesome. The steam is coming off the swim spa.
No shiver.
Nope. And you just just put the swim spa as close to your door as possible so you can easily get in and out. That's maybe the worst part, but
Yeah.
it's so worth it.
Wear a robe.
Trust me,
Yep.
I hate the cold. Totally worth it. Okay.
Oh, there's lots of
That
questions.
was
There's
from
lots
Chris
of questions.
in PA, sorry.
We will get on the questions later on when we're out of here, but we're burning daylight, so we're going to
Yep.
get through these on the live. We will be back on there, okay? All right. How should I, this is a good question. How should I, and one that we get all the time, and this is for hot tubs and swim spas, so pay attention, all right? How should I prepare if power goes out? Any tips? Is a backup generator a good idea? So is a backup generator a good idea? It's always a good idea to have that, but not necessarily for your hot tub or swim spa, just so that you have lights and a well pump or whatever you need to keep your food. So I don't run my hot tub. It obviously at our warehouse we have a swim spa. At my home I have a hot tub. I don't keep that on my backup generator at all. So it's just for water, refrigerator, lights, television, Wi-Fi if the Wi-Fi is working. So it works real well. All you need to do to protect a swim spa is open up the cabinet on the mechanical end. All right, that's that end on this one. This is a Trainer 15 deep, by the way. And you want to put like an incandescent light, like a shop light, 2 of those in the end, and then re-secure the cabinet. You can also use a little space heater in there. So what happens is if you, let's say it's 20 degrees, really cold, and there's no power. So, and the swim spa was 90 degrees. You have a long time before that body of water freezes, but on the open end where the vents are, you could have some cold air, and that you don't have that much time, maybe 24 hours, 48 hours, something like that. We would advise you to err on the side of caution. So if you put a little mini space heater in there, and that should be run off your generator, it will not freeze, and we'll get there easily in time. So
I was just gonna say, if it happens and you are out of power,
Right.
definitely call your dealer, your
Yep.
service department, and they can give you tips
Right.
as well.
And get in the queue and have them come out there, and they can help you out. If there's no power, that's where, even if they come, let's say it's something happens, there's no power anywhere, then the backup generator is going to get you the ability to run that small space heater or the light bulb that will maintain it easily. Okay, the space heater in there, it will not freeze. Okay, it works really well. It's a great trick, and all of our dealers in cold climates have been doing that for years and years. Okay, so generator is a good idea. Power goes out. The pro trick is the light bulb, little shop light with the push through button, or a space heater on a swim spa, or even 2 of those light bulbs would get you by. Okay, next.
This is from Nancy in Michigan. Is there a safe way to introduce aromatherapy to the spa without compromising filters, etc.? There are spa-safe scents. You can probably find them online. You just want to make sure that they're specific for hot tubs. You don't want to use Epsom salts or any kind of aromatherapy oils, but there are specific spa scents, and they smell. There's all different types of smells that you can get, or scents that you can get, but you just want to make sure that they are specific for hot tubs or swim spas. Well, hot tubs specifically. So yes.
My turn.
Yep.
All right, look at that sunset.
I know, it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
But we don't have much
We don't
time.
have it is like literally touching. All right, live in NE, New England, hesitant to purchase in winter, although 14 foot has a heater. All of our swim spas have heaters. This is John in Mass. Let's see. It is not instant heat for the volume of water. What precautions should we take or wait until warmer months to install? So John, I'm assuming you said a 14-foot swim spa, so it's either an old master or you're talking about a different manufacturer. So that I'm not sure. If it's ours, I have no concern about running it in the winter. So I don't, if it's something else, tough for me to answer that without knowing specifically what you have. We use full open cell isonine. So for us, wintertime is a go. So do it, as you can see.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, just
yeah.
leave it at the temperature that you're most likely
Yeah.
to use it to keep it heated.
You don't need to turn it up and down.
Right.
Just leave it at the temperature. It'll maintain. I would advise that for most swim spas. If you have something that is not insulated at all, there are some, how do I say that nicely? lesser quality, less efficient, less high quality swim spas available. If it doesn't have any insulation at all, you're going to be dealing with that or paying for that heat. Okay, so yeah, go for it. If it's a master, absolutely go for it, and don't worry about it. They're made for it.
This is from Paulette in Virginia. Do you have to drain hoses to keep them from freezing and bursting? Yes. Although, as we've mentioned several times, we don't necessarily recommend draining. And when winterizing, we recommend leaving it open all year round. But if you are going to do it, they need to be completely empty. And again, we do recommend putting antifreeze if you're going to empty and winterize. So there you go. That was all of mine.
Okay. I sort of want to show you guys this sunset.
I'm going to put my hands in now.
I've been keeping one of mine in. The cards will be okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're doing good on time.
Yeah.
Looks good. There's enough light. We'll be fine.
We might be able to scroll up and get to some of those.
All right. It's been cold here for a month, and I've noticed water evaporating quicker. Any tips, or do I have to suck it up and be prepared to fill more frequently? Jen in Michigan. Okay. So interesting question. Assuming that the temperature of the hot tub or swim spa is the same as you always keep it, in the colder weather, it will evaporate faster because there's a bigger spread on those two, the ambient temperature and the water temperature. So that is definitely for sure. My question when I read this question is, are you leaving the cover open or are you only talking during use? Because personally, I mean, I'm in Connecticut. I've had a hot tub for many years, and I've never really noticed a faster evaporation in my hot tub. Or are you leaving the cover open? So I don't ever leave the cover open. So that was my question to you: was are you talking only during use? Because that seems like it's a little rapid, unless it's a smaller hot tub. So I've got some other questions for you to clarify that. But yes, it does evaporate quicker in the cold, and you may need to just suck it up and be prepared to fill more. All right, that's Jen in Michigan. Interesting question, and I was. At first I was like, I think it does. I need to check. I checked, and it does. Okay? All right. So this question is from Joseph in PA. Why does my hot tub lose temperature quickly? We're in Philly. Within 15 minutes, it will drop to 103, then 15 minutes to 102, etc. What can I do to maintain 104? So I don't know what kind of tub you've got. Is it a 110? Is it well insulated? I've got some other questions for you. I would tell you this: if it's a 110 and your pumps and your jets are on, the heat's not gonna heat. In an extreme cold climate, you are definitely gonna have that drop off, but it shouldn't be so much that you really feel it too much in a modern 110 with good insulation. In a 220, now this is an answer, and this may shock some people. In a 220 volt tub or 240, that's the same thing, two hot legs. When you run two pumps, the heater actually shuts off. That's a efficiency compliance thing. So when you're running both pumps on high, your heater's not on, even in a 240 volt tub. Not a lot of people are aware of that, but that's true. Okay, so with that, if you're running the pumps on full for 45 minutes, which kind of rare, you don't see people, leaving the jets on that long, but you could be that person. Then the heat could drop off there. But then again, I would question what kind of tub you have and whether or not, the insulation and all that. Okay? So, I hear Mike.
Yeah.
Mike just got home. He let us in. He wasn't home yet. So anyway, that's the question. It brings up some more questions, Joseph in PA. I would turn the pumps off and let the heat on.
Yeah.
And then it won't drop off on you. No matter what the situation is, that's the answer. Mm-hmm. Okay? Same kind of question. There are a lot of them where the winterizing, you can see it's getting darker quickly. It's quickly getting darker now. If we go away for a few weeks, what should we do to the hot tub swim spa? So that's Roy in Florida. If I were in Florida, I wouldn't do a lot. There's no temperature concern, so I would turn the temperature of the tub down as cool as you can get it, because it'll have less demand on chemicals. And then I would clean the filters and then hit it with some chlorine and go. And then, you know, that brings some other questions. Do you have a 24-hour circ pump? Is it running filter cycles? Do you turn? You can turn the filter cycles up. You can play with a lot of different things. So it's a little bit tub dependent, but for the most part, I would turn the temperature down, clean the filters, hit it hard with chlorine, go have a good time. Okay, you'll be fine when you come back.
Especially just if it's just a few weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a couple weeks. All right. Is this the last one?
I think that's
Yes, that's the last one.
okay.
All right. So again, sort of the same, you know, it's funny. We did this topic was outside in the wintertime in the swim spa, which we knew would be good. We had a lot of questions, and a lot of them were very similar, so people had the same concerns.
Sure.
Okay, and then I think we have enough time. We can try to scroll up and get to some of those questions too. But we'll definitely hop back on there later. But we'll give it a try to scroll back up in there. This is the last one. This is that Cher?
Char.
Char? C-H-A-R? Char? Cher? I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's short for Cheryl, maybe? Cher? I'm going to go with Cher. So if I butchered that, I apologize. In Michigan also, it's funny, all the cold places are asking the similar questions. What do I do with my swim spa if the power is out for several days in the winter? So we sort of covered it, but really it depends. If the power's all the way out, don't drain it. Okay, so the disasters we've seen are when people panic, drain the swim spot down as deep as drained as they can get it, and then it gets really cold. Now there's less water, it's not insulated, it's not retaining any of that heat, and then freezes fast. Those are the only time we've ever seen one really freeze is usually when the owner does something crazy in a panic. So don't do that, okay? What you want to do is nothing. You're better off with nothing. So it depends on the temperature. So in the wintertime, you're in Michigan, I'm going to assume it's freezing. So you would go and do that shop light. That would be, you would need to get a little generator and put a little mini heater in that end. And the key to that trick is that you need to put the cabinet back on to retain that heat in there. So we've had people take the cabinet off, put the heater in, and not put the cabinet back on, and all the heat is going out and, you know, up into the sky, and that didn't really help anything. So again, all of the issues that we've had were sort of because, you know, little steps were skipped in the master plan and trickery that we have. Okay, so I'm going to scoot over here and put these away, and then I think we can take a look at answering some more questions, because it is now getting dark by the second.
Yes.
All right. Dry off my hand. Oh yeah, that sun is down. All right, let's see what we got.
And the temperature keeps creeping down.
Oh
too.
yeah, we are. Oh, you want to see it? It is below the 30 now, so we are into the 20s. All right. And I have to say, I have to give Mike Ambrose and his lovely wife a shout out. Their house looks like a model home.
It's amazing.
It looks like nobody lives there. I guess that's all to say about that. I've never seen a house that looked like that people actually lived in. It's pretty crazy. Okay, I'm gonna scroll here. Sorry, we're so close to my face. We're on the phone here. We got a lot of people on here. This is cool.
That is cool.
If it gets dark, show off the nightlight system, Chris.
We do have the lights on, but it's not quite dark enough to really
quite dark enough for that.
show them.
I'm getting a Michael Phelps spa, and I live in Southern Ontario. Heck yes.
Awesome.
Let's see. We got a bunch of replies. My mom is 4'11". What can I use to help her get into the tub? I have a 19D, which is 5 feet tall. That's a good question. So what I would do is probably custom make a set of steps that got to the height you wanted rather than the standard steps. And you could probably custom build something that's really attractive as well. So I would do something a little more custom.
Yeah.
Although I will tell you, Mary is 4'10", but she is spry athlete.
Right.
So she pops right over. So I'm assuming maybe your mom is not quite as spry as Mary, the Ironman triathlete here, which would be normal, and no one is, including myself. So just do something custom, get her to that height. Okay, what else do we have? Okay. I can't see all of those. Wow, there's a lot.
Yeah.
My brother, Anthony. Hey, everybody. Anthony. Cynthia. What do we got? Anything we can hit quick here? Is there a good way to drain the hot tub sump pump? Sump pump, absolutely. Pro trick, pro level. Nice sunset, yes it is. Chris Bagnetto, say it, Ben, competitors are a bunch of junk. A lot of them sure are. You know, I'm trying to be nice. There are a couple of decent things out there, but I'll tell you what. I mean, I know that obviously we're going to say this. You put bullet points up, put master against anybody, we win every time. American Muscle. Yeah. It's not. Do bullet points and check boxes. Our list is the longest for sure. Let's see. Okay. Let's say January installation. What if I have to wait to get the electrical? Is it okay to leave it? Okay, so Brian, what I would do there, this question came in before, is it okay to leave it? You can actually have it come in winterized, and then it would be okay, okay? So just make sure that you have it winterized, because we do wet test every swim spa that is built, so there could be water in those pipes, so I would advise you to ask your dealer to have it winterized for you from the factory, okay? Let's see. And don't forget to drain that before you fill it in the spring. We're in H2X Trainer 15. I think we're good. Yeah, some of these I can only see recommendations on filter removal. When I move, a lot of debris gets in the swim spa that is not collected. You know, I hear that question all the time, and I'm not sure. Are you guys leaving them open a lot? Because I never get anything.
Can you say that question out loud?
When they pull the filters out,
yep,
there's stuff that's not being collected, and then it goes back into the swim spa. So you've got the tray in there that should catch most of that stuff, and then, I mean, I just pull them out and right over to the top. So I'm not giving them much time. I guess you could take the tray out or have some kind of a little bucket, hold it underneath there, and kind of do a quick swap into that bucket, even under the water would work too.
Or even like a skimmer. Like
a skimmer, something like that.
Yeah.
Used ours last winter, best part of the day? Heck yes. Yeah. Get back to work. Someone is telling someone to get back to work. Got down to 30s. All right, looks beautiful out. I'm not going back any further than that. It's
even colder now.
It is going. It's 28, 27. It's dropping fast. So we'll turn this. One more pan.
Yep.
Look at that.
It is really pretty.
Yep, that's really pretty. One more final pan. Awesome. Yep, and you can see we're not faking it. This is wintertime Connecticut. No leaves, no nothing. Cold, you can see it. All right, how do we do for time?
We're good.
4:32.
Yep.
So it's a little shorter than normal, but we're gonna get out of here, and we'll hit you guys in the questions later. Let me come back here. So, okay, so in 2 weeks.
It is Wednesday, December 2nd. I was
Are
calculating.
You sure?
Yes, I was calculating
how
that
long
back there.
How long have you been working on that? She's been working on that all this quiet time. That's what she was working on. Okay, it's 2 weeks from now. Whatever day that falls on, that's what it is.
It's the first Wednesday in December, and I'm pretty sure it's December 2nd.
You have a problem. Okay, so we will be in Daytona, Florida, for the race, the Challenge Roth.
Challenge Daytona.
Yep. Did I mess that up? What did I say?
Well, it's not Roth.
Oh, Roth.
Yeah,
Roth.
It's a Challenge Daytona triathlon. It's going to be epic.
Yep.
In Daytona Beach.
So we are. I'm going to give you a little teaser. We're going to have a really amazing reveal. We're going to have special guests throughout the week.
Yes.
I would venture to say we're going to be doing more than one live.
Yeah.
It's going to be packed. We're really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be great. Not to mention warm. Okay?
And it's going to be at the Daytona Speedway. So It's really exciting.
So you'll definitely want to tune into those. It's going to be probably the most exciting live that we've done.
Absolutely, this year, yeah.
You know, because we're just kind of getting rolling with this when this started last year, and now we're sort of getting good at these, and we've got lots of surprises coming up. Okay, Daytona, 2 weeks. Catch us December 2nd. And that's it.
We'll see you then.
We'll see you then. Ciao, everybody.
Bye.